Hey, what's going on everybody? Mike here. I wanted to make this video today because this is actually one that I've been thinking about for a long time, but I was never sure if people would like it, if it was going to be well received. But the last video I made, which was 5 reasons why driving can suck, everybody seemed to like that, so I definitely wanted to make this video today. So this video is the 5 people you hate most at car shows. And nice C8 Z06 over there, not very nice. But anyway, you know, car shows are usually a place where everyone can get together and meet, talk about their cars, look at everyone else's car. It's usually a fun time, but there's always a couple people who try to ruin it. So let's go through that list. This is my personal list of the people I hate most at car shows. So number 1, you got the gotta say something dumb guy. Now this is the guy who usually shows up in like a Gen 1 Scion XB and has to go to no matter where he goes, if it's a Mustang group, a Honda group, Corvette group, Volkswagen, whatever, he has to go up to a car and say something along the lines of, "No, it's a nice car, it's too bad it's a Corvette." And it's just, you know, you always get somebody saying that stupid ass thing about something. They always have to do it, and I don't know if they're trying to be funny or if they're just trying to, like, passive aggressive be an asshole about it. I don't know. You know, who knows what these people are trying to do. But anyway, it gets old and annoying. So that's the first guy. Number 2, you have the look at me guy. Now this is the guy, usually he makes an appearance at some of the more low-key car shows, maybe some late night, Friday night meets in a parking lot or wherever he is. But this is the guy who has to be doing something way above and beyond, drawing as much attention to himself as possible and ruining the experience in general for everyone else. So this guy might be sitting there revving his engine, doing burnouts, taking it way too far, whatever it is he's doing. This is usually the guy who's also sitting in the parking lot, smoking a cigarette, eating McDonald's, way too cool to throw out his trash, has to leave it there in the parking lot. You know, this is the guy in general who does whatever he can possibly do to get everyone thrown out of the car meet and is basically the bad image for car people everywhere. So there's always that guy. Every show I've ever been to, there's always been a guy who just has to get more attention and has to do something ridiculous. So that's a pretty common thing. And number 3, you have the sit behind my car guy. Now this is the guy, now obviously when you go to a car show, sometimes you sit behind your car and you meander a little bit. You know, you might go out and visit some other people, go to their cars and come back to yours, talk to people about it. That's totally fine. But I'm talking about the guy who, you see him come to the car show, pops the trunk, gets out his folding lawn chair, and then sits there for the rest of the day. And it's just like, you know, I don't know why you're gonna go to a car show and only sit behind your car. You could just sit in your garage and save yourself the trouble. And, you know, these are the people who, well, I gotta keep an eye on the car. And, ooh, did you hear that Mustang? But anyway, you know, these are also the guys who are just making it really weird and awkward, because at a car show, you like to kind of look at people's cars, but you like to do it more so in private without someone sitting there looking at you. And these are the guys who just make it weird because they're just sitting there in awkward silence. So then it's just a kind of little bit bizarre how they're sitting there staring at you, staring at their car, and then, like, you know, they love it because they feel, then you feel obligated to talk to them, be like, "No, it's a nice car, man." They love that. That's like their big highlight of the week, is someone says that about them. And you know, these are generally not really car people. They're just people that like their car and want other people to like their car. So that always gets annoying, and that's at every show. Number 4, and this is the big one. This is the one that takes the cake, in my opinion, so these are in no special order. But this is the no etiquette guy. And there are many different forms of the no etiquette guy. You know, these are people, you know, when I go to car shows, I take my GoPro and I just do a little bit of filming, so it's not a big deal to me. But there are people who take a real camera and a tripod and everything, and they try very hard to make professional photographs and videos. And these are the people who walk right in front of them, don't even notice. Like, these are the people who just walk through life blissfully unaware of anything going on around them. And not only are they unaware, but they don't care. You know, they might knock into people. I've seen people rub up against cars. You know, at the end of the day, this is just a Corvette, but I've seen people rub up against, like, timeless antiques, cars that it's very important to have the original parts. And, you know, so that's always gets annoying. And those people do it by accident. And then you have the no etiquette people who do it on purpose. And these people, I don't know if they're just trying to be complete dicks or they just have no idea how to act around other people. But I'd give you a story. This is 100% true. This was a Cars and Coffee in Great Falls, Virginia. I saw a guy sit on the back of an F430 convertible. I remember it very clearly. It was a red F430, of course, convertible, and the guy sat on the back of it, like over the rear wheel when the top was down. And I just figured, I was looking, I figured, oh, it must be his car. And then the only reason I knew it wasn't is because I see the owner, who was like 2 cars over, come running over, and he's like, hey, what are you doing? And I'm just like, that guy sat on someone's Ferrari. That guy just sat, and it doesn't even matter that it's a Ferrari, you know, who cares? You don't sit on someone's Geo Metro sitting in a parking lot. It's just, you don't invade someone's personal property like that. It's so wrong on so many levels, and it's just horrible. But you see it a lot, and you know, it's one thing little kids might touch a car and it's not their fault, but you should be able to expect more out of adults. So that's always just disheartening, and it's just one of those like, what the F moments where you have no idea what someone could possibly be thinking. All right, and last but not least, you have the I'm gonna sell my car guy. Now, a lot of times people like to put a little for sale sign in their car when they go to a show, because it is a good place to get exposure, so that's totally fine. But these are the people who have been trying to offload their car on Craigslist for the last year and a half. They can't sell it. They don't give a crap about the show or anybody else or anyone else's car. They're just there trying to be a salesman and sell their car. And I see this quite a bit. It's not so much Cars and Coffee, but some charity events where that sucks, because you're taking away from the charity and you're taking away from the point of the event, and it's just not something that you should do. And you know, these are the people who sit there and use terms like, I don't know, I know what I have. I don't have to sell. No lowballers. Don't waste my time. You know, these are the people who, like, they act as if it's some act of charity, them offering the car for you to buy. Just don't be lowballing me. You're lucky I'm even offering you to buy this car. You know, these are just the complete dicks. Well, I got news for you, Craigslist Bob. Take your bullshit back to the internet where it belongs, because nobody's buying it. So that's the 5th guy, and there's always got to be that guy. And just a very quick honorable mention here at the end of the video. This is the guy who's the different car guy. Now this guy this isn't so common, so I didn't want to put it in the official list, but I thought I should at least mention it. And this is the guy who, let's just say it's a Mustang show. So you see Mustang, 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 Ford F-150, Mustang, Mustang. And it's just like, you know, sometimes it's the same brand of car, but if it's for a specific make or model or year or country or whatever, just let those people have their time in the spotlight, let them have their 15 minutes, and be done with it. You know, if I were to take my car to a Porsche show, I wouldn't park it in the show. I would park it in the back somewhere, and that would be the end of it. So it's just one of those things where I almost missed my turn, and it's just one of those things where, you know, somebody's always trying to steal the spotlight, somebody's always trying to be noticed, and you know, just sometimes you got to let other people have their fun as well. So those are the 5 guys that I hate the most at car shows. I hope everyone can relate and everyone enjoyed. If you're stopping in for the first time, please subscribe. More content's always on the way, and have a great day, guys. Take care.